good afternoon everybody. Here we are back at Blundell Park. It's the 22nd of December 1990. Merry Christmas to everybody. Mariners at home here to Bournemouth. And plenty of changes to the Mariners side following the 2-0 defeat down at Southend of last week. Steve Sherwood in goal, John McDermott number 2, Paul Agnew comes in at number 3, Gary Birtles at number 4, we'll tell you about that in a minute, Mark Lever number 5, Sean Connington the skipper number 6, Childs is back in there at number 7, Dave Gilbert 8, Tony Rees 9, John Cockrell 10, Neil Woods 11. The subs today for Town, Hargreaves and Kevin Joblin. Long one through the middle, Dave Gilbert looking to get to it, and might do yet. But it's into midfield and now Bournemouth are clear. Andy Tilson, well done, he's had a good couple of seasons here with Grimsby Town. He has certainly not left us owing anything. And I think the fair thing to say is that the club have done the right thing for him. He has gone on his way to Queen's Park Rangers in what's obviously going to be a very lucrative move, not only for him, but for Grimsby Town Football Club as well. So we shall wish Andy Tilson all the very best in his new job down there in the smoke. Bournemouth side we will quickly go through for you once this throw-in has been taken. To the edge of the area. Should be cleared now by Cockrell. And that'll be out and into touch. Bournemouth side then for you. Jerry Payton in goal. He's been around a few seasons now. Paul Miller number 2, Paul Morrell number 3, Sean Teal 4, Sean O'Driscoll 5, Wayne Ferrady 6, Matthew Holmes is 7, Dundee number 8, Andy Jones 9, number 10 is Sean Brooks, 11 Luther Blissett, man who learnt his trade at Watford, then went over to Italy, to Milan if I remember rightly, and he is now back on the south coast, and there he is tussling with Gary Birtles. And the substitutes are Redknapp, son of the manager, Harry Redknapp, the ex-West Ham winger, and I'm afraid the other substitute, unless the scoreboard got his name entirely wrong, I'm going to have an awful lot of trouble pronouncing this, let alone Rowley Godfrey, who's not with us today. Hooray, you all say. Yes. But the other substitute for Bournemouth, we shall pronounce as the game goes on, and if he should come on. Steve Sherwood in goal, back in his England jersey. Going to be out for a Grimsby throw. Over there on the right wing, Gary Childs with it. Referee today is Mr. Flood. Connington. Ball wrestled away from Gary Childs, another throw for Town. Connington feeding Cockrell, just nipped away from him. In comes Birtle, and what a well-judged header. Rees can make nothing more of it, and in actual fact caught a man there with an elbow, and Tony Rees the first man to acknowledge it. Me there saying elbow, but trainers on straight away here, and Tony Rees and number 2 there got a real whack. I thought it was elbow in actual fact. Tony was falling into his man, but I'm afraid number 2 is down and out for the moment, and Tony Rees getting some treatment as well. And good to see that the Welshman was the first man to signal to the bench that we're going to need some attention here, and the referee very, very quick to spot it. Well, thank you, Graham, who's been good enough to look through the programme to deliberately find this other substitute for Bournemouth, and if I am not wrong, this pronunciation of this will be Mr. Okoku. And I believe he's coloured, and I may be wrong. Okoku. It's probably just as well poor old Rowley isn't with us today. Rowley's suffering under the effects of flu. So you're going to have to put up with me, and there is Martin. Thank you, Martin. I think the lads are ganging up on me. That is Mr. Okoku on the run on the far side. But it looks like Paul Miller, the full-back, is back up and running. And nice to see the ball given back to Jerry Payton in the Bournemouth goal. Long kick from him. John McDermott, a well-judged header. Forward by Morrell. Mark Lever sees it off. 5 minutes of the game gone, no scorers yet. Going to be a tough game today out there. Bournemouth's away record, won 1, drawn 4, lost 4. They've only scored 5 goals in their outings and conceded 9. But they have just run into a little patch of form, and it seems that a few teams have started doing this as we've come up against them of recent. Mansfield had done, although Town put them away with a 2-0 victory here in their last home game. Good ball. Here's the overlap. Good play. Men in the middle now. Blocked, and a corner kick will be the result. That was Woods who had made his presence felt down there on the right-hand side, forcing the first corner of the game. John Cockrell to take it. Lot of height given to that one, and there's men in the middle for it. Gary Charles can't reach it. Let's have a look. Somebody in there with a shot. I think that's Birtles, laid off. Looking for offside and given, I think. Yes. And another man down and injured. And I think that is, yes, Mark Lever. Gone up to join the attack. Down on the edge of the penalty area. But as I was saying, Bournemouth obviously trying to play it quite tight away from home. They've only lost the 4 games, but only drawn 4 by the same token, and won only 1. And with only 5 goals to their name away from home, I think it's fair to say that they're having a few problems up front. Referee to get play moving again. But they have hit a little bit of form. Bolton did do. Birtles. Bolton came in, looked a very good side for the first half. That's a smashing ball through the middle. Cunnington on the run. Will it break? Not quite. Matthew Holmes forward to Blissett. Lets the ball run on. This is good play. O'Driscoll to the wing. Holmes after it again. Good play by him. Back inside for Blissett. Man's coming on him quickly, which is Childs. Blissett still going. Only half cleared. Cunnington might pick up the pieces. Gets the throw. But Town's home record, even after that Bolton defeat, still looking quite good. We've won 6, drawn 2, only lost 1, scoring 18 and 8 against us at home. Free kick given. And although Bournemouth have moved themselves slowly but surely up this 3rd division table, they really should be beaten by a Town side who can, on the day, play as good football as we've seen in the 3rd division this season. Wasn't to beat. Whoa, bit of a late one there, nothing given. Paul Agnew knocked to the floor. Town came up against it last week at Southend United, and as I said on the commentary then, which you'll only get a limited amount of viewing of, no doubt, because although we covered the game, it was only on battery power, and the results of it weren't as good as we would have liked to have done. But as I said on that game, we didn't really deserve to get anything out of the Southend game. We could not argue with the fact that we came away with nothing from it. Southend did look a pretty tight side. They are going to take a lot of beating this season. Ball into the middle. Blissett. Flash shot. Well wide. Apart from Bolton, I think Southend did look a complete team. Having said that, it was a deflected goal that went past Steve Sherwood early on. The second goal was given away, well, rather unnecessarily, with a foul out on the right wing. Steve Sherwood's kick. And when you're going 2-0 down at half-time away at Southend United, you're always going to struggle to try and get something out of it. But it's up to Town today to try and remedy the situation with a home performance here. Mark Lever, whoa, just got away with it. Well played by John McDermott, and switching the play to the wing again. Rees. Oh, it's well played. Woods with the layoff. Rees is very fast in this situation, goes down, but that will be a goal kick. Woods and Rees linking quite well so far in the first 10 minutes of this match. I think it's fair to say that they've not completely been getting it together as they were earlier in the season. They've hit a bit of a sticky patch. Birtles will get another chance. Finds Cunnington. Good layoff. Childs with the overlap again, looking to get the left wing free. And that's where he finds Dave Gilbert. Dave Gilbert. Ball standing up and allowing it to be poked out for a throw-in. Agnew. Woods, ball nipped away from him. Woods will go after it again and get it. Well played. Forcing Dundee. Dundee in turn forcing the corner kick. Yes, should I say Woods forcing the corner kick. The linesman was right on the spot. Martin on the camera saying there that the linesman had already given the ball out. We shall not argue. We have a second corner kick. Dave Gilbert will take it. Looks a good one. The man in there was Mark Lever. Peyton came and stopped. Mark Lever could not get the power into the header that he really wanted. But it's a pretty bright start for Grimsby Town. Still that 6-point buffer between us and the third place team. But in turn 7 points between us now and Southend United, the table toppers. Rees. Nice layoff. McDermott looking for the one down the line. Referee already blown up. Free kick given for Town. As you see, 5 yards inside their own half. Or should I say 5 yards inside Bournemouth half. John McDermott to the edge of the area. Blissett is in there, but it's headed on well. Mark Lever was the man there making his presence felt. John McDermott. Good back heel. Bournemouth are looking for offside. There was nothing given. Rees with the back heel in turn to Cunnington. The ball can't quite come to this side to Dave Gilbert. Blissett under pressure, does well. Good ball forward as well. This is O'Driscoll and a good challenge by Cockrell. Rees from Childs to the wing, back through the middle again. Cockrell is on the run. Can he get in there first? Yes, he can. The shot's coming in. Peyton saves. And Arthur Mann and Alan Buckley and the rest of the bench clapping at that. That was a move that sliced apart the Bournemouth defence. 14 minutes of the game gone. Town forced a third corner. Very good move. John Cockrell slammed the ball in, but Jerry Peyton stood his ground, knocked it away for a corner kick. Dave Gilbert will take it. Good looking corner. Men are in there, headed on and knocked away, but not too far. Cockrell is in there, gets a header. Rees back in. Paul Agnew will clear things up. Couldn't release it as he wanted to. He won't even get the throw, as a matter of fact. Wayne Faraday back inside on the chest of Jones. Ball out and Grimsby Town throw. Jones not liking it, but you can see where the referee was. He is right up with play. Paul Agnew to Birtles. And we'll say it again, Gary Birtles not unaccustomed to this position at centre half. Played there a bit for Notts County. Lever just gets it forward. Woods with a layoff. Cunnington sliding in, taking just about everything. John McDermott getting in again. Cunnington. Woods checks. Now wants to release it. Good play this by Town. Oh, and Cockrell just let the ball show too much. Birtles. Good ball. Gilbert wants a runner. Rees just able to collect. Ball inside to Cockrell was not as good as he would have liked. Cockrell in with a strong challenge. And Paul Miller not liking it at all. Quickly had words with the referee, Mr. Flood. And I'm afraid Cockers has left somebody poleaxed down there. I think it's his opposite number, Sean Brooks. Physio on once again for Bournemouth. And Cockerell's challenge very, very hard, but fair. And Town will get the throw, almost level with the edge of the penalty area. Brooks back on his feet. Dave Gilbert with the throw. Reese is available, as is Agnew. Agnew gets it. Back to Dave Gilbert. Whoops. Shall we say the ball bobbled? Dave Gilbert took an almighty swipe at that one, missed a lot. And the result's a goal kick for Bournemouth. Town fans not exactly showing the Christmas spirit towards the Bournemouth fans at the other end of the ground. But Bournemouth have brought a very, very good following here. Long trip from the south coast. And they brought plenty of people with them to shout on the side. Jones got the layoff that he wanted. This is Brooks. Well played by him. Looking to switch play. Dave Gilbert might get there. Couldn't quite reach it. Bournemouth looking to come forward. This is Faraday. Still Faraday. Up against Agnew. Faraday. Now the cross will come in to the far post. Always a bit too high. And Town standing off it a little bit. Mark Lever now eventually getting it away. Morrell. Ball forward which Jones picks up. Morrell in support. Cross coming in. Wasn't a good one. John McDermott. Good call there by Lever. But it's Town not able to get the ball away at the moment. And they do now. Tony Reese out jumped. Ball out. And Town get the throw. I think for a moment there neither referee nor linesman really knew whose ball that one was. Grimsby will claim it. Connington falls in midfield to Cockerell. Mark Lever. In early days as yet, Town will start things off from the back with Steve Sherwood. So 17 minutes of the game gone. John McDermott controlled it well. Feeds Childs. Low ball into the middle for Reese. Attempted to be bustled off it. Good ball inside. Connington on his way. Still Sean Connington. Still in there. Keep going. Still Sean Connington. And referee once again right up will play, but that's a mark of the skipper. He wasn't going to give that ball up. Kept going after it. And a man there leading by example. Jerry Payton. Paul Agnew underneath it well. Faraday picks it up though. Blissett's outside him. Luther Blissett. Knocks it off now. Wasn't a good ball. Faraday couldn't get it. Town will have the throw. As I was saying earlier, Town looking to make that gap even bigger between themselves and the third place team with a win today if they can. We certainly do not want to lose this one. Reese looking for the ball inside. Wasn't quite good enough. Here's John Cockerell. His ball in turn was a poor one. This is Holmes. Brooks. Caught again. Dave Gilbert wanted a runner through the middle. Here's Reese. Woods has gone forward. That's a ball for Woods. Can he reach it? Almost, and I think Town are going to get a corner out of it. There was a bit of pushing and shoving in there. The referee didn't want anything to do with it. But it certainly came off the Bournemouth defender. Dave Gilbert with the corner. Town's fourth corner. 19 minutes of the game gone. Low one this time. Still in there. Birtles. Payton did well. Sean Connington with Blissett. Oh, and he finds a wing very well. Dave Gilbert can measure this. He's well blocked though. Just left it a shade too long. Connington. Back to Gilbert. Connington's available again. Here's Sean Cunnington. The shot's lined up. Oh, it's a nasty one. Too hot for Peyton. And Bournemouth clear. Jones. Control lets him down. And Sean Cunnington was always lining that one up. Nasty shot. And came off Peyton's chest and had to be cleared. Paul Agnew. Good throw down the line. Woods. Couldn't quite reach it. Reese will do. Helps it on its way. And Peyton has to come out of his area. But he does exactly the right thing. Hammers the ball up to the other end of the pitch. All well in by Cockrell. Now Cunnington. Finds McDermott. Childs. A little bit tight out there at the moment. Back to Childs. Linesman down below is not making himself too popular. With offside decision on the far side. It was Reese in the middle in actual fact. It certainly wasn't Woods on the far side. But Town have started quite brightly in this game. Nothing to show for it as yet. The scoreline is still Town 0, Bournemouth 0. Gary Birtles. Dave Gilbert has to clear now, surely. Faraday. Dave Gilbert wanted to shout. I don't know whether he heard it. And Faraday whipped the ball away from him, but also smashed it well over the Town crossbar. Steve Sherwood with a goal kick. Woods underneath it. Birtles. Good header forward. Now Blissett straight through the middle. Here's Blissett. This is a real chance. And Steve Sherwood did very well. Blissett got between Agnew and Lever by the looks of things. Didn't connect with it as he would have really wanted. And big Steve Sherwood stood his ground and then fell on the ball. But Luther Blissett has certainly put away harder chances than that throughout his career, and really didn't have his shooting boots on there. 22 minutes of the game gone, no score. Long ball for Jones. Nice little touch inside, but McDermott's equal to it and clears. Childs looking for the flick off, couldn't quite get it. Now Cockrell. Sean Cunnington again doing the donkey work. Here's Cockrell. Through the legs, it will reach Agnew and Dave Gilbert. Dave Gilbert takes over. Chip down the line is for Cockrell, but it will go out. That was tough, the intention was good. Well played, Paul Agnew. Woods. Mark Lever lets the ball bounce. Jones trying to get the flick off. Well in by Paul Agnew. Mark Lever. Then back to his goalkeeper. Childs. One through the middle, wasn't a good ball. And that certainly wasn't either. Cunnington. Gary Childs after it again. Sean Cunnington after it again. Winning it unfairly. Bournemouth bench not very happy with things. The free kick is going to be Bournemouth on the halfway line. So 24 minutes gone, no score. Chance there. Looked for a minute, a nasty shot, but it was always drifting wide. Steve Sherwood for a minute there looking for the short goal kick, but he'll now kick it long. Woods. Good jump there by Teal. Long kick now by Sherwood. That's an absolute bomb straight down the middle. 2 men going for it though. Well, it's cleared well enough, but it's going to be harmless. Goal kick for Town. So Townside certainly looking a bit more lively in this first half than we have done of late. Dave Gilbert, good header. John Cockrell now to pick it off. He wanted some movement, holding off the man well. It's a strong challenge. Cockrell, oops, bit of afters. Oh, that's hard look by Agnew. He was looking for Rees. Cunnington will pick it up. Now it's to Rees. Ball through the middle. He's looking for Woods. Well, I must admit, not much argument from the Town players, but Graham Martin and I there thinking that one was a little bit level. Payton's kick. Blissett underneath it. Good jump and header on. It's up to Steve Sherwood. Oh, and he came well and he took some studs. That wasn't the best of challenges, that by Andy Jones. The ball was already deadening Steve Sherwood's hands when the boots went in. Now, I don't know whether Jones accidentally slid or what, but it didn't look very nice. There was a good header on by Blissett that set Jones free. Linesman flagging according to Graham on the facts and figures. Nothing given by the looks of it. And yes, Jones and Steve Sherwood, I don't think there's any animosity there at all. Obviously looked a lot worse up here than it was down on the pitch, but certainly seemed to me as though Jones went in, shall we say, late-ish. Free kick is given, and Steve Sherwood will take it himself. Bit of a shove there on Woods, nothing given. Holmes, back to his goalkeeper. Payton takes his time. A good long kick by him this time. Birtles gets the better of Blissett. Dave Gilbert helps it on. Once again, Graham has mentioned this fact to us on the gantry, and we'll be looking out for it now, because it seems to me as Tony Rees just barges straight into his marker. It looks to me as though Woods is being fouled just about every time he goes for the ball. We'll see if you can pick it up as well, but looks like Neil Woods is getting a few little nudges and pushes. Well played by Birtles. Gilbert. Well, poor ball by him. Whoa. Mark Lever, yes, and foul was from behind, there's no question about that. John Cockrell, to add insult to injury, then got whacked in the face by the ball, I think. Well, I think it was in the face anyway. He's doubled over. Free kick is going to be Bournemouth for Mark Lever's challenge on the halfway line. But when the ball was being hacked away, then it was John Cockrell who got a whack. I heard it splatter. I think it was probably into his face. I hope it wasn't anything more serious. But he's a tough cookie, and I think he'll be up and running about before too long. Might be with a higher voice, we'll see. Well, whatever it was, he felt it. Well, we're all trying to decide what's up with Cockers from up here. We don't know. The referee was making a signal towards his neck as though he'd caught one in the throat or something. I don't think it was a challenge. I'm sure I saw the ball get smashed away, and I think it was a ball that hit him somehow or the other. But poor old Cocker's not quite with it at the minute, I'm afraid. He's up on his feet. The referee making sure he's all right. Looks like he got a whack on the windpipe or something. Dundee down the line, Faraday. Dundee will get the ball back, I would imagine. No, Faraday goes for the one to the far post. It's a good cross as well. It was Blissett who got the original header in, but it's pinched. And I think that is O'Driscoll on the far side. Ball coming in and Birtles with it away into midfield with Woods. Well played by Neil Woods, inside to Lever. Clearance wasn't a particularly good one. He could have played it on the floor. I think Mark was more concerned about clearing his lines than anything else. So 31 minutes of the half gone. No scorers yet. Steve Sherwood being brought into action once from Luther Blissett. Sean Connington hammering a shot in against Jerry Payton. For the first 20 minutes or so it was Town who were getting things moving. But it's just gone a little bit slow at the moment. Connington. Well played by Agnew. And away. O'Driscoll with the header forward. Childs gets there first. Rees looking for the ball inside to Connington, just couldn't control it. And it's all cleared up with a back pass to Jerry Payton. Referee still checking on John Cockrell. Good to see that he's got his eye on the situation. Paul Agnew, and that was good defending. Kept his eye on the ball all the way. Birtles can turn. Gary Birtles to the wing, finds Childs. Ball inside is for Rees. Holds it up. Cockrell's in support. That's a good ball. John Cockrell still going forward. Oh, took a tap from behind. Connington spreads play. Paul Agnew. Gilbert's outside him. Rees is the man forward. This is Rees. Knocked from behind, and that's a free kick. Just on the edge of the penalty area. Paul Miller is the culprit. And they're going to need a wall for it. But then again, the way things are lining up. An offside was given, the free kick taken too cleverly. Dave Gilbert had moved into an offside position when he received the ball. So a bit of a waste there for Town. Bournemouth to set things off again. Blissett once again is a target. Just got the touch to it. Birtles was behind it. Childs. Blissett again. Turning well. Good challenge though. Mark Lever was after him. Well played by Rees. Ball forward now. Wasn't a good one. Dundee. Faraday. Well played. Dundee inside. Good turn. This is O'Driscoll. Under a strong challenge by two Town players. Connington and Cockrell both after him. He didn't like the challenge much, but the referee was right on the mark again and gives nothing. Oh, surely climbing, my goodness. And I'm afraid Sean Connington renting his revenge. But Sean Teal's challenge there for the header looked a little bit suspicious. And Sean Connington decided to take the law into his own hands, but he's given away a free kick 5-10 yards inside Town half, and it's Bournemouth with just about everybody forward for it. Town looking for offside, which didn't exactly work, I don't think. It wasn't the best of free kicks. Birtles. Steve Sherwood. Once again, a long kick to the right wing position. Childs is after it. Connington looking for offside. Nothing given. Bournemouth will look to switch play. Paul Agnew in well. 36 minutes of the game gone, no scorers yet. Plenty going on though. This is Miller. Long clearance by him through the middle, met by Mark Lever. Rees couldn't reach it. Dundee, it's only an up and under, nobody challenging for it. Gilbert will get there now, wants to lay it off, finds Paul Agnew. One for the runner, which is Rees, and Rees going down under the challenge of Teal. And no doubt Town will make better use of this free kick than they did the previous one. Sean Connington will take it. He might run over. No, Connington's got it. Oh, and it's left! Everybody left the ball. And I think of all people is that Mark Lever, who had gone up at the far post and almost connected with it. And nobody went for the free kick at all. Jerry Payton takes a goal kick. Lob forward again by Bournemouth. Mark Lever underneath it. O'Driscoll. John McDermott should be able to let this one roll out, and does. No scorers yet though. Hooked into the middle, Blissett after it. Lever away to midfield. Sean Connington. Ball stands up a little bit. Sean Connington does very well. He's going to want chasing now, but I think that's Holmes who took the easy option and went back to his goalkeeper. Dundee. And Payton to release it. So 38 minutes gone. Scoreline is still 0-0. Bournemouth coming forward now. Matthew Holmes looking to get past John McDermott. John McDermott blocks across. Charles completes the clearance. Woods. Well, once again that's Teal, and I don't think Woods liked the challenge too much. He was all over Neil Woods. Throwing goes down the line. Gary Birtles. Well, he does time his jumping very, very well, but miscued that one a little bit. Steve Sherwood's kick. Grimsby throw. John McDermott. Another Grimsby throw. So Grimsby progressing down that right hand side, but at the moment there's only Gilbert and Rees in the middle. John McDermott with a wasted ball. And we're getting it about 3/4 right at the moment, but once again it's a killer ball into the middle. It's just letting us down. The defence is playing well enough. The midfield's getting well stuck in today, but we just can't seem to get Bournemouth worried in that in the penalty area. John Cockrell jumping at the man, yes. Bournemouth looking to take the free kick quickly. Birtles met it. Oh my goodness, I don't think Sean Cunnington liked that very much. He's not going to argue an awful lot, but Morell's challenge was a pretty poor one. John McDermott will take the free kick. So 40 minutes gone, no score. John McDermott with the free kick. Mark Lever with the header on. Rees can't reach it. Sean Cunnington. Gary Birtle's looking for it. Released well though for Faraday. He has a man wide on the left side if he looks. Oh, but it's well in by Sean Cunnington. Dave Gilbert. Agnew is outside him if he wants him. Well spotted. Down the line, Woods. Off the man. I think that's going to be a corner kick if it goes. Well spotted. Town players knew that had clipped the shins of the defender, which I think was Miller. So it's Town's fifth corner. Dave Gilbert again with it. It'd be nice to score now as half-time approaches. Good looking corner as well. Men coming in on it. Cockrell, Rees, yes! Good goal by Tony Rees. The defence were caught napping. I think the original header was from John Cockrell. It found Tony Rees just inside the 6-yard box, and he's had a bit of a slow start by his standards to this season, but that's the sort of position that he relishes, and he was going to make no mistake from that distance, and well happy with putting that one away and putting Town 1-0 in front. So, goal scored after 41 minutes, and I think we're all quite pleased secretly for Tony Rees, because we've always said you cannot fault the man's effort, but over the last month or so things have just not been going right for him, and that will be just the boost that he wants. He lays it back out now to Gilbert, ball into the middle, it's a cracker! Sean Cunnington cannot believe it. Woods won the ball initially, Tony Rees laid it to the wing, Gilbert's cross was just about perfect, and Sean Cunnington, the skipper, just put the one over the crossbar that he should have been putting in the back of the net. Very good approach work again by Town. Sean Cunnington, Childs, little flick forward was played rather too quickly. And it will certainly open up Bournemouth, if nothing else now, with that goal. They must have been reasonably happy with how they'd planned this first half. The referee getting involved there, Blissett. Faraday. Paul Agnew should collect it and clear it. Woods. Well played by him. Oh, and taking a bit of elbow. Blissett. Found Faraday. Faraday to the edge of the area, still going. Oh. Blissett retrieves a lost situation, but it's really up to Town to try and get this ball away. Into the middle it comes again, blocked, well played by Dave Gilbert. So Dundee with the throw. 44 minutes gone. Miller into the middle. Headed away. Tony Rees. Childs. He has three runners. Oh, well played. He'll go himself. Let's see. Wanted the return. Woods found the wing. John McDermott is there. Back to Childs. Still Gary Childs. Oh, late challenge. Nothing given. Oh, he didn't like it. Sean Cunnington. Cockrell. Little flick. A late challenge there on Cunnington. Jones saying that Sean Cunnington dived, and I think the referee will probably want a word with him. Sean Cunnington, Childs in space, cross into the middle, Payton takes on the pressure, it's still in there, foul has been given. And so it's going to be Bournemouth with it all to do in the second half, I reckon. 45 minutes up, we reckon. But let's not forget that we've had injuries to John Cockrell, Paul Miller, the fullback. Reese through the middle, Sean Cunnington. Chances here for 2-0, and that will do. Beautiful ball, Tony Reese scores one, makes one, and the skipper puts it away with aplomb. Marvellous goal. And Sean Cunnington, I suppose he had shades of Bolton in his mind, wondering whether he was going to get pulled up. But he was allowed to go on and tucked it away nicely for a 2-0 lead at half-time for Grimsby Town. And Tony Reese, well, he's had a fine first half, scored one and made one. But it's been a very good first half performance all around from the Town side. Here's Faraday, well in by Agnew, and he's one man who's made a bit of a difference by the looks of things, and that's not being disrespectful to Kevin Joblin, who's had a fine season so far. But we've had to reshuffle because of Tilson being out, no Ian Knight available. And you wouldn't have thought that you'd have thought really this side have been playing together all season. But there's been various changes. Childs has come back in after a long spell out with injury. Sean Cunnington to clear now. And now Blissett turns inside. And John McDermott, who's had a very good half as well. 2 minutes overtime. But Alan Buckley will be well pleased with this scoreline at half-time because Town have worked very, very hard. The side, as I say, has been shuffled about. Bournemouth are obviously no mugs. But Town, in this last 5 minutes and a half, have pinched those 2 goals. One a real striker's goal from inside the 6-yard box from Tony Reese, and the second one a flick on by Tony Reese that set free Sean Cunnington. He took it on and beat the advancing Peyton. Childs looking for the lob. Couldn't do an awful lot with it. In actual fact, offside given in the middle, I believe. So 2.5 minutes into injury time. Peyton kicks. Birtles. Reese on the run. Still Tony Reese. But Teal did a good job on him. And Jerry Peyton will clear. McDermott couldn't judge that one as he would have liked. Well played by Lever. Blissett to Morrell. Blissett still available. Morrell comes for the ball into the area. Gary Birtles. Jones. Sean Cunnington, who's got through an enormous amount of work with Cockrell in the middle at the moment. Blissett looking to turn. Does well. Still Blissett. And the ball away now by Gary Childs. Woods. Oh, good turn. Showed a bit of it, but it was well played by Woods and it forced the defender back. So 4 minutes injury time played. The referee blows now, and that's a very good first half by Grimsby Town. It's a reshuffled side. You wouldn't have known it the way we've played. Faraday there having a few words with the referee, Mr. Flood, as the Bournemouth side goes off. But Bournemouth stuck to the guns for 40 minutes, but it was pressure at the end that wore them down, and a reshuffled Grimsby side are well worth a 2-0 lead at half-time. Tony Reese getting the first goal, and then Tony Reese himself setting up Sean Cunnington, the skipper, to put away goal number 2. Half-time here, it's Town 2, Bournemouth 0. Town leading 2-0 at half-time against Bournemouth. Steve Sherwood getting a good clap into his goal. And Town, after that last 5 minutes of the first half, in the driving seat. No substitutions made by either side by the looks of things. John Cockrell obviously shaken off his injury from the first half. Bournemouth kicking off. And as I said earlier in the commentary, it is now up to Bournemouth. They have got to be opened up. Birtles to McDermott. In turn to Childs. Ball back to John McDermott. The long one forward now. Gary Childs pinches it. Looking for the lob through the middle, offside. Tony Rees, who wanted it to feet, he says. Miller takes a free kick. Moving ball, and I think the referee's going to want that back. Straight through the middle. Gary Birtles meets it. John Cockrell after it. Paul Agnew has to play it. Concedes a throw. Dundee. Ball back to the wing. That's Faraday out there. Dundee. Cross coming in. Mark Lever, good header out. Ball's nodded back in again though. And Gary Birtles. Dundee to the wing, gets it back, and in turn back to the wing. It's all on the right side at the moment. Ball away. Tony Rees. Control lets him down. Ball goes out for a throw to Bournemouth. Whoops, bit of a late challenge. Clumsy one by Cockrell. Bournemouth get the free kick. Once again, it's played to that wing. Cross comes in now. Plenty of men looking for it. Steve Sherwood with a tip over. And I think that was Sean Teal who'd come up. Directed the header well enough. So 2 minutes of the second half gone, and that's Bournemouth's first corner of the game. Sean Brooks will take it. In it comes now, hit to the far post. Man coming in behind them all was Blissett. Steve Sherwood went for it. Couldn't get the fist on it he wanted. Blissett came around the back, unfortunately for Town, hammered it into the boardings behind the goal. So after 3 minutes of the second half, it's still a scoreline of Grimsby Town 2, Bournemouth 0. Rees and Cunnington being the goal scorers. Paul Agnew, Cockrell, Dundee forward. Ball inside, it's a good one. If the man looks up, which he didn't, there could have been danger. Cleared now by Birtles. Childs lets the ball run. Rees is on the run. Rees will take this under pressure. Childs. Rees left low. Well, we're going to have a booking. Sean Teal goes into the book for his late challenge on Tony Rees. Don't think it was particularly nasty or anything. I can only assume he's being shown the yellow card for persistent fouling. He's certainly a bit of a tough character, is Teal. Woods. John McDermott had to stretch for it. And I think that's going to be a Bournemouth throw. It was given to Town. McDermott. Back to Gary Birtles. And he in turn might put this back to Steve Sherwood. Proves us all wrong. John McDermott. Ball forward. Nice one to Woods. Good layoff. McDermott. Childs outside. Back to John McDermott. Blissett puts him under pressure. And the ball eventually does go back to Steve Sherwood. Steve Sherwood's kick. Ball through the middle. Rees to Woods. Two in the middle now. Ball gets caught up. Still Neil Woods. Still going. Still going. Still going. And pinched at the end by Miller. Lovely mazy run there by Woods. And well reached by John McDermott. Childs inside. Cunnington on the chest. Lob back to the wing. Childs. This is good play by Town. McDermott. Low ball to Rees. Controls it instantly. Back now to Childs. Into the middle. And once again it's Miller at the back doing the leg work. Town's approach play once again looking very, very good. Birtles. And Steve Sherwood once again to start things off for Town. But it's those quick 4 or 5 passes that are incisive for Town down this right hand side, and twice almost producing danger. Neil Woods on that run, and then Miller picking the final pass off. There's Childs, McDermott and Rees between them, made another opening. Bit of the ball shown there. Gilbert was in. The ball is out. Bournemouth will get the throw, smack on the halfway line. Here's Miller. Paul Agnew clears. It's into midfield. Woods is there. Dundee back to the wing. Whoops, late one. Paul Agnew just having a quiet word from the referee. Free kick taken quickly. Lobbed into the middle now. There's danger here. And once again it's Teal with the header. Steve Sherwood covering his goal well. Tony Rees couldn't reach it. Forward again by Bournemouth. This is Jones. Must have some support. Ball out. Grimsby will get the throw. McDermott with it. Rees. Cunnington. Only knocked into space. Miller will turn and clear. Lisset. Under pressure from Gary Birtles, only knocks the ball out. Paul Agnew will take the throw. Down the line, Woods after it. Another Town throw. Paul Agnew. 53 minutes of the match gone. It's still Grimsby Town 2, Bournemouth 0. Paul Agnew throws back to Gary Birtles. Back to Paul Agnew. Well played there by Gilbert. Cockrell wants the ball back. Rees laid it into the space in the right back position. McDermott will now go on the overlap. Childs. Oh, Childs, and just played the ball to where Rees had come from. In goes Gary Birtles. Woods. Now Bournemouth should get it away. Birtles. Steve Sherwood. John McDermott. Childs. Rees is in front of him. Woods through the middle. Just over the head of Woods. Sean Cunnington. Oh, a late challenge on Sean Cunnington. Woods allowed to play the ball off. Mark Lever. The referee was trying to allow play to go on there. It never really worked out for Town. Well seen by Gary Birtles. Cockrell. Tony Rees. Looked a little bit elaborate. The referee acknowledging the fact he couldn't get out of the way. Well in by Agnew. And the ball safely in the hands of Steve Sherwood. Half decent crowd here today. Last Saturday before Christmas. It's normally the lowest attendance of the season. It might be as yet, but it's nice to see plenty of people come out. Childs, a good header on. Woods, back to Gary Childs. Oh, he has runners in front of him. Let's see. Cockerell. Oh, it's tough. Well spotted by Gary Childs. Birtles in again. Agnew. Rees. This looks appetising. Woods. Oh, that's a penalty. And the referee surely has to look at his linesman here. Well, it's been given right on the edge of the box. And if that's a professional foul, then the man is supposed to be off as well. But he has not done so. Town have got a free kick lined up on the edge of the area. Neil Woods was the man going through. And we've got Dave Gilbert and Sean Cunnington after this one. Poor Dave Gilbert put one right over the top at Southend from a similar position last week. Let's see what's going to happen here, but the fans are not happy. Let's hope the free kick can make them happy. Six-man wall. Gilbert, shot comes in. Oh, yes! You won't see a better strike of a ball. My goodness, and that really deserved a goal. Woods' run through the middle was timed perfectly, and Neil Woods has to take some credit there because it was a challenge on him that resulted in it. And Dave Gilbert, well, that is how you take a free kick from that position, and it's a good job the net was there, because otherwise that would have killed one of the Bournemouth supporters. That was absolutely hammered in. Bournemouth make the substitution. Redknapp is coming on, that's the gaffer's lad. Andy Jones has gone off, and it's Bournemouth 3 goals down. Yes, and as Graham quite rightly said, and I will say it, seeing as Rowley isn't here today, who needs a penalty when you can hit a ball like that? Long one through the middle. And in a minute I'll tell you who the other substitute is for Bournemouth, because that is the lad of Koku. And I'm just trying to see who the other man is that's gone off. Sean Brooks, it appears, is the other man who has gone off for Bournemouth. So it's Brooks and Jones off, Redknapp and Koku on. Free kick for Bournemouth in midfield. Redknapp feeds a wing. Ball to come in now. Paul Agnew sticking tight to the man, low cross. Steve Sherwood collects. Paul Agnew. And the town bench gesticulating there that the man was offside, and he was just, I think, by about 20 yards. And we were standing gobsmacked here on this balcony trying to wonder why the flag wasn't up or why the referee didn't acknowledge it. Well, anyway, it's back to action. Steve Sherwood. Good long kick straight through the middle. Once again Birtles in there. John Cockerell picking it up. Leaves it to Dave Gilbert. Paul Agnew. Rees. Ooh, just couldn't quite get the touch. Cunnington might do. To Tony Rees. Back through the middle again, looking for offside. Whoa, and I don't know. I think it's that was the appealing of the Bournemouth back four that got that one. Payton's kick. Paul Agnew meets it well. But at Southend last week, when Town lost 2-0, we didn't exactly do ourselves justice on the day. Southend did look a very good, complete side. And when the scoreline was 1-0 to Southend, Town had a free kick in a very similar position to the one that's just been scored from. And Dave Gilbert, Steve Sherwood collects this, Dave Gilbert absolutely blasted it way over the top. And it was a shame then that we didn't have the same result from that free kick as we did from the one we've just seen, because I think it would have put a completely different complexion on the game at Southend, and Town didn't do themselves justice on the day. But we shall not argue the point now. That is history, and that is exactly how Dave Gilbert can hit the free kick from that position. 60 minutes of the game gone. The scoreline is Grimsby Town 3, Bournemouth 0. And at the risk of harping on about it, I'll say it once again, considering the reshuffle that this Town side has had, you would not think that anything had happened. This side looks as though it's played together for week after week after week. Woods under pressure. Cockerell, oh, just behind Dave Gilbert. That was tough. And that man has hardly put a foot wrong this afternoon. Forces to throw. Offside, Neil Woods. And Town fighting for every ball in this game today. Blissett. Still Blissett, still going. A Koku. Still a Koku. Knocks it into midfield, but it's past everybody. Rees has to stay onside. Woods releases Cunnington. Rees now makes his move into the middle. Sean Cunnington must have some support. Finds it with Gary Childs. Good play. Still Gary Childs, still going forward. Sean Cunnington will pick up the pieces. McDermott is square. John McDermott. Childs outside. Oh, look for the 1-4 for Rees. It wasn't a good ball. Sean Cunnington gets another chance. Nearly up to us. John McDermott will take the throw. Cunnington. Didn't like it. John Cockerell will pick it up. Still John Cockerell. In hard. My goodness, that's out of challenge. Bertels in. We'll go after it again. Whoops. Faraday up against Agnew. Goes past Agnew. This is Faraday. Looks promising. Blissett in space. Well, the crowd show their appreciation. And poor old Luther Blissett has he's had better games than this over the years. And Luther Blissett has hardly had a look in much this afternoon. He's had a couple of opportunities, but he's made nothing of them, thankfully for Town. Here's Faraday. Ball inside for O'Driscoll. He feeds the wing. This will be Miller. Ball forward. Laid off. A Koku. Still a Koku into the middle now. Well played by Childs. Just did enough, and that will be a Town throw if that ball goes out. Well played. Blissett in the middle tried to pull his man round to allow the ball to go to the man who was coming in behind him, but it didn't work out. And Town able to get the ball away. Steve Sherwood will no doubt now launch this long kick straight through the middle. Be nice to see Neil Woods get himself on the score sheet. He's had a bit of a barren spell, and at the risk of sounding greedy, it'd be nice to see that scoreline of 3-0 become 4-0 and Neil get himself in there. Well, and he might do yet. Paul Miller at the back, who hasn't made many mistakes throughout the afternoon. Oh, actually, that wasn't Miller. That was Dundee knocking the ball away for an unnecessary corner. And we might get a chance to see Woods get that goal. Let's see. Corner taken quickly. Bertels. Back to Gilbert. Bertels still available. Not now. Gilbert will have to take the man on. Blissett up against him. That will be another corner. Not given. And Dave Gilbert there arguing that he thought the ball had gone out for a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick. And a good attendance here today, 5,651. And that's about 1,000 up on the predictions of Graham, Martin and myself. We thought we would be about the 4,500 mark today with Christmas and everything else. But the town fans have done done the team proud today. Handball. Whoops. Neil Woods just getting a talking to. And 5,500, certainly not a bad crowd at all. The last shopping day before Christmas, or last Saturday before Christmas. Ball back to Miller. Long kick from him to the edge of the area. Koku's there. Here's Blissett. Wanted the 1-2. Shot coming in, but wide, well wide as well. Few unnecessary racial chants coming from the pontoon stand. It's not the sort of things that we want to be hearing, especially this time of year. Steve Sherwood. Dave Gilbert will surely get the ball to the right wing. Looks to go himself. Pressure and numbers beat him. Morrell back to his keeper. And Bournemouth now well and truly up against it. Long ball straight through the middle. Lever, Birtles. And a class above it. And Andy Tilson has gone on his way now, and should it be a case that Gary Birtles will play some of this season at the back alongside Mark Lever, then it'll be nice to see how young Mark, as though he's not mature enough already, as that ball comes into the middle. There's barging there, and a penalty kick. Sean Cunnington was a man knocked over as the cross came in from Gilbert, and the referee right on the spot to award the penalty. I was just going to say it'll be nice to see how Mark Lever will mature alongside Gary Birtles. As I say, it's not as though he isn't mature enough. He's had a very fine season, but I'm sure that Gary Birtles will probably bring the best out of young Mark if he keeps that position. Well, here's a chance for Dave Gilbert to make it 4-0, take his goal tally to 2 for the game. It's Gilbert versus Payton. Let's see. Hammered in. Whoa. 4-0. Dave Gilbert 2. And Bournemouth are being roasted. "68 minutes of the game gone. The scoreline is 4-0. Rees got the first goal, Cunnington the second. 2 have since then come from dead kick situations from little Dave Gilbert. 1 from a free kick, 1 from a penalty. And Bournemouth have no answer today. So 22 minutes of the match left, and there's still a chance for Town to build on this total. Towards Woods, climbing there by Teal, nothing given. Well in by Sean Cunnington, after it again, still going. Cockrell gets in there, and again. The referee allows play to go on. Rees, still Tony Rees. The goalkeeper is cut off. Can Bournemouth clear it? Only just. But in actual fact, they've done well. The ball finally out for a throw-in, and that's credit to the pressure put on the Bournemouth defence by Town. Sean Cunnington. Ball pinch from John McDermott. Town will get the throw again. John McDermott. Morrell back to his goalkeeper. But the scoreline here is Grimsby Town 4, Bournemouth 0. This equals Town's biggest win of the season so far, which was against Huddersfield Town. Free kick given. Dave Gilbert looking to get the runner through the middle, which was Cunnington, but has to hold up play. Steve Sherwood enjoying himself, acknowledging the score with the town fans in the pontoon. Dave Gilbert pushes the ball forward, offside against Woods. Good jump by Birtles. Cunnington again. Cockrell going after it. Morrell. Birtles breaks up the movement, but the header goes out to the right wing. This is Dundee. Checks. Pushes the ball out wide, but under pressure all the time, and that's harmless, and goes out for a Grimsby throw. Another town throw. And as the conditions turn nasty out there, it's absolutely bucketing down with the rain at the moment. Listen. Agnew saw it first. Smashes the ball down to the other end. Ball goes back. Oh, good play by Paul Agnew. He's had an absolutely sterling game at the back. Childs. Sean Cunnington will take over and back to his goalkeeper. Kick to the left wing. Dave Gilbert looking to get past his man, saves the ball. Oh, and a good turn by Woods. Rees in the middle. Chance for Rees. And just dropping over the top. Lovely twist and turn by Neil Woods to shake off his marker. The flight of the cross was good, and Tony Rees just couldn't get the power into the header he wanted. 72 minutes of the game gone. It's Grimsby Town 4, Bournemouth 0. Flicked on by Blissett. Gary Birtles, Blissett out jumps him this time. Paul Agnew hammers a ball forward. Straight through to Payton. Mark Lever underneath it. Redknapp. Not the best of balls out to the wing. Faraday did very well to even reach it. Ball out. And the town side from Steve Sherwood, number 1, to Neil Woods at number 11 have played very, very well this afternoon. As the ball goes out there, and there you have it. That's the conditions at the moment. As though it isn't bad enough losing 4-0, you're going to get wet into the bargain as well, because it is absolutely chucking it down at the moment. And poor old Bournemouth up against it in all forms. Whoa. Bit too over eager, shall we say there. Free kick given to Bournemouth. 74 minutes of the game gone. 25 yards out from the town goal. Redknapp. Ball moving again. The referee will want the kick taken. Redknapp. Into the middle. Good looking one. There's a bit of climbing there, I think, on Mark Lever, who's out poleaxed. Both trainers in actual fact came running onto the pitch, but it's Mark Lever who's down and injured. comes in. And away. Bournemouth will no doubt settle for the throw. Dundee. Dundee really had to make that pass snappy. He didn't do so. He's probably just as well, otherwise he could have been known as Crocodile Dundee. Ball goes back to him again. Now into midfield. Driscoll back to the wing. Ball into the middle now, met by Childs. So Town allowing Bournemouth to come into this game in the last 5 or so minutes. And certainly won't want to concede a goal and spoil what's been a pretty good performance. Whoops. Cockrell. And that's on the beach. Koku. Ball out. And poor old Bournemouth not quite getting their act together. Redknapp, ball inside. Cunnington, Cockrell, ball forward. Rees, lovely play. Woods in motion, good challenge. And that was Teal doing his job. Cockrell, late challenge over there. Paul Agnew wants to go in with it. Free kick will go Bournemouth's way. Cross into the middle, a nasty looking one. Childs to the edge of the area, still there. My, that was hard. Whoops, man looking for the obstruction, nothing given, quite rightly. Ball goes out, goal kick for Grimsby Town. And the rain is absolutely persisting down. That is bucketing down at the moment. And if I was Chris Hargreaves and Kevin Joblin on the bench, I think I'd be quite happy to stay there at this moment in time. I don't think I'd want the gaffer sending me on in this lot. Whoops. Tony Rees. Oh, just too far in front of Dave Gilbert. Yes, and as Graham has reminded me, we've got to walk over the top of the stand in this weather. It won't be too pleasant an experience, I can assure you. Mark Lever, this time Koku gets the better of him. Gary Birtles, though, in turn gets the ball back to Steve Sherwood. Offside, yep. And apart from a couple of only half lapses in the Town defence, I think it is fair to say that the back four today have played absolutely splendidly. But then the entire team has. This has been a good team performance. As then, as if to shut me up, John McDermott slams a ball wide of Tony Rees. But all the Town players have had a good game today. It's all come right for them. Ball forward, no offside there, or yes. Didn't think that one had been spotted. That was Sean O'Driscoll who had gone forward and got caught. So 79 minutes of the game gone. The scoreline here is Grimsby Town 4, Bournemouth 0. Bournemouth throw. Long ball forward, Paul Agnew underneath it. Sean Cunnington getting there first. The ball allowed to go out. Bournemouth will get the throw. Oh, pinched. Woods being pulled back, or is he? Yes, linesman spotted it. Referee acknowledges it. And was allowed. Well, the referee was trying to allow play to go on there, but it just didn't come off. Here's Gilbert. Cockrell. When the referee trying to let the players keep playing. Town will start things off again with a throw. Agnew. Plenty of men in front of him. Another throw for Town. Throw taken. Ball into the middle now. Woods was looking for it, wasn't going to reach him. Gary Birtles takes a pace out of the ball, checks, and now looks to release it. Good pass. Brings in Gary Childs. Two men in the middle. The overlap is on with John McDermott. And there goes John McDermott. Made himself a bit of space, but it'll come back to Gary Childs, looking for the chip over the top. Woods back to the wing. Childs, low cross into the near post. Reese with a back heel. Didn't quite come off. Once again, good approach play by Town. Childs after it. And good release to the far side. Ball through the middle of Koku. Tries a back heel, Mark Lever. Now Morrell. Sean Cunnington. Still Sean Cunnington. Two men left side of him. Sean Cunnington wants support behind him. Tony Reese wants the ball played in. Tony Reese has gone offside. Childs. Tony Reese now looking to get past the man. Well played. Back to Gary Childs. Tony Reese still available. Looking for the little one there for Neil Woods, who finds himself offside. Town stretching the Bournemouth defence. .83 minutes of the match gone. Town get another throwing on the far side. The scoreline is still Grimsby Town 4, Bournemouth 0. Cockrell wants the ball back. Conditions not helping things out there now. Sean Cunnington. Childs. Reese is forward. Still Gary Childs. Still Gary Childs. Jinking run now. Looks to release it. Woods gives the ball back. No obstruction on Childs. The Koku, or should I say Blissett. Ball picking up speed on the wet surface. Out for a Town throw. John McDermott will take it. Sean Cunnington. Back to John McDermott. Push through the middle. Gary Birtles underneath it. And well played by Paul Agnew, who's hardly put a foot wrong this afternoon. And Steve Sherwood to kick. Straight through the middle. Neil Woods is after it. Mark Lever, good ball forward, finds Cockrell. Paul Agnew. Reese through the middle, looking to head it on. Good play. Sean Cunnington, who was the man who was on the run. Gary Birtles meets it well. It's only headed infield though to Holmes. Now Blissett. Faraday. Into the middle it comes. Man on the far post, not able to make anything of it. Ball out for a goal kick. So 5 minutes to full time, and the scoreline here is Town 4, Bournemouth 0. Reese, Cunnington and a brace from Gilbert in the second half. Tony Reese couldn't quite get the header he wanted. Birtles to Childs. John McDermott. Patient play by Town. John McDermott back to his goalkeeper. Steve Sherwood once again, that big kick straight through the middle. Woods this time gets a flick on. Rees after it. Well played by Dundee, back to his goalkeeper. Paul Agnew just did enough. Dave Gilbert with the header on. Ball will go out though. Bournemouth throw. Faraday. O'Driscoll. Morrell is on the wing. This is Morrell looking to cross now. Back to the wing again. Morrell once again makes himself available. A good cross to the edge of the box. Dundee heads forward, looks for the return. It goes out there to Blissett. John Cockrell. The chase is on for Neil Woods. Neil Woods lays off. Here's Tony Rees. Tony Rees. Cunnington inside him. Still Rees. Oh yes! 5-0. Tony Rees. And once again it was a persistence of Neil Woods. The ball broke from him. Tony Rees went on his way. Didn't quite connect with the shot, but it was all enough to beat Jerry Payton in the Bournemouth defence, and Bournemouth are now in tatters. 5-0 to Grimsby Town. For a throw to Bournemouth. Blissett looks for the 1-2. Picked off. Well played by Agnew. And caught late as well. But there's no bad feeling out there. And in fairness to Bournemouth, they could have lost the rag today. They were 2-0 down at half time. Went 4-0 down midway through the second half. Are now really on the rack. But they've played it in a fair spirit, but have certainly been second best on the day today. 2 minutes of the game left. Steve Sherwood. Tony Rees underneath it. Heads on, but this one will go through to Payton. So it's a funny old way to get the fifth goal. Tony Rees half slipped as he shot. Jerry Payton in goal almost did the same, but there was nothing wrong with that. Tony Rees' back heel inside finds Cunnington. Sean Cunnington has the left wing free with Dave Gilbert. Goes for the return. He's covered every yard of this pitch today as Cunnington will give the ball back to Dave Gilbert. Coming into the middle again, we'll get the 1-2. Still Dave Gilbert, inside for him. Still Dave Gilbert. Chances there, and put wide. And what a good round of applause from the town fans. And Dave Gilbert there, not on his favourite peg. If that had been on his left foot, I think we'd have had 6 goals. Long one through the middle. Lukaku, back to Blissett. O'Driscoll. Morrell to Okoku into the middle, only half away. Gary Birtles, but when things are going right, that's exactly what happens. And Gary Birtles gets his clearance away. Woods, he's really stretched this Bournemouth defence this afternoon. Neil Woods still going, and it's only O'Driscoll's challenge coming back that stops another dangerous situation for the Bournemouth defence. And Neil Woods a little bit of an unsung hero this afternoon because he's chased every ball. And as you saw from there, that's the reason why he's got a few goals himself this season, because he'll stick at it and stick at it all the time. Well, we reckon that is about time. And what a good Christmas present from the Town players to give the fans 5-0 win over Bournemouth here. We go to Reading on Boxing Day. And we will now be looking for points from Reading. But what a marvellous result that is on the last Saturday before Christmas. It's Grimsby Town 5, Bournemouth 0. The score at half-time was 2-0, courtesy of Tony Rees and Sean Cunnington. In the second half, 2 goals from Dave Gilbert, 1 from a free kick, 1 from a penalty kick, put Town 4-0 up. The final nail in Bournemouth's coffin came when Tony Rees slid the ball in for number 5. And it's nice to see that the Bournemouth players applauding their own supporters there. They've got a long journey back of the supporters, as have Bournemouth, but today they came out well and truly second best to a Grimsby Town side that was in full flow. The scoreline is Grimsby Town 5, Bournemouth 0, and it's on to Reading and hopefully more points down there.